And now, the R Squared Show, with special guest Mary Daly, featuring Mike Snigglemuttons, and your hosts, Rocky Dudum and Rochelle Ruggles. And now, Rocky Dudum and Rochelle Ruggles.
Good morning, Chico. I'm Rochelle.
And I'm Rocky.
And this is the R Squared Show, here with your morning news.
Today we have a very special guest on, radical feminist Mary Daly.
Retired college professor is here to talk about her contributions to rhetoric and her life story. Mary Daly, please come out and join us. Good morning, Mary Daly. Thank you for coming to the R Squared Show.
Good morning, Mary Daly. Okay.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So we just wanted to talk to you about your life and your contributions to rhetoric. As you may know, you are considered as an extreme radical feminist. What is your standpoint on that?
Yeah, so I will answer this question. I want to remind you that I have a question that I want to ask you after I do answer this one, and I'll ask that in a moment. But first, to answer your question, yes, I do consider myself a radical feminist. We have a lack of them in society today, and by doing my part and playing in my role as a radical feminist, we can work hard and perhaps change this terrible oppression that has fallen upon us, that the men in history and women themselves have even oppressed us as the strong women, if you will. I believe by continuing my work and changing young minds to think certain ways, then perhaps we will fight through this. So does that answer your question about my radical feminism?
Somewhat.
Yes.
Okay, you can ask me further after this. My question to you two was, you said, or I believe your name was, I haven't done much research on this topic, that your name for this show is R&R Squared?
R
Is that
Squared.
correct?
R
R
Squared.
Squared, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I would like to know which one of you is mentioned first in that R. Is it Rochelle or is it Rocky?
That would be me, Rocky.
Exactly my point. The
Sorry.
man is first. Is this right?
Um,
I don't know.
It's something I've never put much thought into.
Yeah.
It's these sort of things that have gone...
Well, I picked the name, to be honest, so...
That's fine. Once again,
You know.
you didn't give the woman a chance.
I-
These sort of things have been going on throughout history, and things that need to be changed is why I am a radical feminist.
Miss Daly, I want to ask you a couple questions about your books, starting with Gynecology, The Metaethics of Radical Feminism in 1978. Would you say that this book, which defines simplistic categorizations of political theory, philosophy of religion, and even poetry, would you say that this ever so popular book was your favorite and most proud of? Or would you say that there are other ones, as you've written over 10?
Well, it was considered a great leap forward in the feminist theory. However, how dare you ask me a question like that? As a male, I would think that you should have read all of those, and you should know that they're all important in their own way.
Well, I didn't mean to offend you, to be honest.
Please don't raise your voice. I'm talking to you. You need to sit there and let me speak.
I would like to move on to the next question.
Hold on one second, darling, please. I appreciate what you're doing right now, but I need to talk to the gentleman next to you for a second. Once again, have you read any others?
Yeah.
Which one? That's what I thought.
Well,
That's what I thought. Okay,
Miss
please let's
Daly,
move on. Okay.
what would you consider to be the greatest accomplishments in your career?
I have to say that my greatest accomplishments would be overall enlightening women. Whether it be about how we've been oppressed throughout the years, or throughout history, in fact, through language, and just because of the historical figures have all been males, not to mention Caucasian males. And that goes through all how history has been written has been by the male figure. So everything has been men in the power, men this, men that. And I'm trying to tell women that, you know what, that has been the case, but things can change, and women were not absent in history. Women were there. They had huge influences, most of it behind the scenes because all the men were oppressing them. But other than that, I would say my, I don't know how to say it, invention, but more of just bringing up hagiography, if you will, and not to mention my 33 years at Boston College, where I got to not mold, but once again I'll say enlighten thousands of minds, which was just phenomenal.
So, sorry to cut you off there, but for time purposes too, we're going to switch over to Boston College. On the note of how you were teaching there for 33 years, in the touchy subject, Miss Daly, you know, it was brought up that you were abruptly let go, or as you would say, you were fired. In the media, we've seen it that you have been actually chose to leave. Could you speak about this and you not letting males in your classroom, possibly?
You may have gotten some of your information off of the Daly show, which it seems like the majority of the population has. I did not resign. No, I did not resign. I was let go by the university because they didn't feel that my teaching was the correct way of doing it, for the simple purposes that I did not want to be teaching males.
Well, do you... Sorry, I have to interrupt here. You know, do you feel that it's right, since you preach equality for women's rights, do you feel that you kicking out men in the classroom actually, I'm sorry to accuse you of that, but that actually goes hand in hand with equality, or contradicts it?
And sir, you don't think that men were kicking out women in their classes throughout history, that women even got taught? No, I think this is completely fair.
Sorry.
When I was trying to get my education, trying to attend a college, I was trying to get into Notre Dame, and they wouldn't let me because it's an all-boys school. So they wouldn't even teach a woman in general. Therefore, I think that me not wanting to teach males in my class seems completely fair and justice.
Well, Miss Daly, today we wanted to kind of confront this touchy subject.
In what way?
We have found a student who you denied your classes to, and we were wondering if you could speak on the subject as to how you both felt on it and sort of make amends by reconnecting your opinions. So we would like to welcome Mike Schimmelpitz. Welcome, Michael, and thank you for coming to our show.
What's up? Thanks for having me. Yeah, what's up?
Do you have any questions you would like to ask Mary Daly?
Yeah, I sure do got a couple questions for Miss Daly over there. Well, the first would be, why did you not let me in your class? I just wanted to learn.
Why?
Why? It's stupid. It's such a stupid idea to not let any men in your class. It's dumb. You know it's dumb.
Did you not listen while we were talking about it? Did they not have TVs in the back?
I don't know. You know what? It's so hard to listen to you because it's in one ear and out the other. All your ideas are so stupid.
Like most men. Anything a woman says, in one ear, out the other.
Yeah, we always hear that. We always hear
I bet
that.
you do, don't you?
Come on, you couldn't believe it.
Why don't I have you in my class? Because if I had you in my class, you'd be oppressing the other women, not letting them speak their minds freely like they should be able to.
That's not true. I love to hear what women have to say.
Oh, for your own purposes, isn't it? For your own purposes, and most of them are sexual.
Miss Daly, please.
Maybe.
Great. Well, we will
Yeah.
conclude there. Thank you for joining us on the R Squared show today. We will see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
So.
He wanted to be a Philly. He lives minutes away from the spring training camp. He was